Hey guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with books you need to read before the end of 2018. So everybody's sharing videos of all these books that I need to read before the end of the year, and I'm pretty sure I did one of these where I checked up on the books I wanted to read in 2018. I have way too many left. I've got 6 I still have to read, but I thought it'd be fun to give you guys a list that you needed to read by the end of the year because I mean, aren't you here for recommendations? You don't need to know what I need to read, you need to know what you need to read. So I have 7 books, but 3 are part of one series and 2 are part of another. So I am just gonna go ahead and get to the books. The first book I have for you that you need to read blew up this year, and I was so happy because this is one of my favorite publishers, and that is the Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. This one is from Berkeley. I was sent this to review, but I honestly would have picked this up on my own anyways. This is about Stella, who has Asperger's, so this is definitely a story about someone who is not really represented in any fiction. Like, I'm sure there are books about people with autism or Asperger's, but they're never, in my experience, the lead of a romance, and this one is just so good. Stella's super awkward and uncomfortable in romance situations, and so she decides to hire a male escort, and she hires Michael, who is just so swoon-worthy and amazing. Michael is half Vietnamese, half Swedish. His family is just so amazing as well. I love the family dynamics in here, and he and Stella embark on this relationship of him trying to teach her how to be intimate with a man, and her trying to learn and not fall in love with Michael at the same time. They grow so close to each other, but they don't know, is this real feelings? Are they because we're being paid to like be together? I don't know. So good. I already want to reread this, and if you haven't read it, this is a romance you have to read. The next book you have to read also blew up this year, and it was actually Reese Witherspoon's book club pick this year. Another one from Berkeley, but one that's really dear to my heart, and that is Next Year in Havana by Chanel Cleeton. I really loved Chanel Cleeton's Wild Aces series. It is a fighter pilot series, and they were so good, but they didn't really pick up. Not a lot of people loved them. This definitely put Chanel Cleeton on the map. This is about Marisol in the current times, and she is going back to Cuba because her grandmother has passed away. Her grandmother grew up in Cuba, but left when Fidel Castro was taking power. This book has a dual timeline between Marisol in the present. She is a freelance writer, and so she is looking at things through a very reporter eye, and she meets a man and he helps her understand the political life of the time that they were living in. And then we flash back to her grandmother, Elisa, and it's E-L-I-S-A, so I would think Elisa. She is currently living in this political unrest, and she falls for someone that is not on her family's side of the unrest, and so it's very good. I learned so much about Cuban history, and again, this is another diverse read, and the second book comes out next year, and I am so excited for it, so before that book comes out, you gotta read this. So the next 2 books are on my list because they are huge and they are amazing, and book 3 comes out in February and I'm freaking out, and that is Corrupt and Hideaway by Penelope Douglas. Now these came out a while ago. Hideaway came out last year actually. I'm pretty sure it came out last year. We thought we would be getting Kill Switch this year, which is Damon's story, but we're not getting it until February, which is fine. I know these books take forever and they're very dark romances. The first one's about Rika and Michael is part of this core group of 4 boys who like pretty much run the town. They come back every year on Devil's Night and like wreak havoc, and something happened in the past where Rika is responsible for getting them in trouble, and some of them go to jail. And so they all hate her, and she doesn't know why they hate her. She doesn't think she was responsible, and it's Rika and Michael's romance in this one, and then Will's romance in this one with someone who I don't want to say, and then we get Damon's story next. These books are just so dark and gritty, so be aware of that, but they're impossible to put down, and some of my favorite characters, my favorite angsty romances, and book 3 is coming out soon, so I really want you to read them because of book 3, and you just really need to have these books in your life. The last 3 books I really want you to read because book 3 literally just came out yesterday from the day I'm filming this. It was supposed to come out Friday, but you know, Amazon's been having a lot of issues with publishing ebooks, so it ended up, I believe, going live yesterday, and that is the Fallen Men series by Gianna Darling. These books are so good. The first one is King's story, and it's a student-teacher romance. I'm a teacher, I will clarify, that is not okay in real life, but this is fiction. I mean, this is about a motorcycle gang and like him falling for his teacher. Not happening in real life, but King is very intelligent and he's falling for his teacher, Cressida, and she is obviously like, oh my god, like we can't, and I'm pretty sure they meet before she knows he's her student. and it's so good. Book 2 is King's dad, Zeus, who is the president of the motorcycle club with a very much younger girl who I believe is like 19 or 18 in the book, and he is like 10 years older than her, more than 10 years. So the girl is his daughter's age, and so I believe they're like 18 years apart, but it's really, really good if you like a forbidden romance. Book 3 is also a forbidden romance, also an age gap. It's 10-year difference between Harley Rose and a cop who is Lionel Danner, and they have been like hinting at Harley's romance with him for both books. All 3 are amazing. I think you definitely need to read these. Gianna Darling is such a fabulous, talented writer who writes romances so well, so you really need to read her before the end of this year because she needs to be in your life. And those are the books I think you need to add to your TBR this year. Let me know down below if you've read these or if you're going to read them. I would love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.